Tradition is all around at Berry. Students, faculty, staff, and alumni gather throughout the year to connect Berry's past with its present to create a meaningful future.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
At Berry University, students enjoy a vibrant campus life surrounded by traditions both new and old. From the first day on campus, students will find plenty to do. From the Glow Party and Founders Week in the fall to Homecoming and Festival of Nations in the spring. Tradition is all around at Berry. Students, faculty, staff, and alumni gather throughout the year to connect Berry's past with its present to create a meaningful future.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
At Barry University, students enjoy a vibrant campus life surrounded by traditions both new and old.
From the first day on campus, students will find plenty to do. From the Glow Party and Founders Week in the fall to Homecoming and Festival of Nations in the spring. Tradition is all around at Barry. Students, faculty, staff, and alumni gather throughout the year to connect Barry's past with its present to create a meaningful future.
Welcome into the second game of our broadcast today on the SSC Digital Network. Tampa and Barry, final game of the season for the Buccaneers. Lost the last one today, 11-4. Barry struggled from the circle, especially late. Same story as last night. And Buccaneers just trying to close the season out strong. Get a new paver is the leadoff hitter here for the Spartans. Again, welcome to the SSC Digital Network for game number 2 of the doubleheader. Daniel Horowitz will be joining us in about 3 innings time. Grounded to second, throw the first little flip and 1 away. And it's going to bring in Aubrey Zeckman. Little chopper, that's fair. And Zeckman gets on. Next year's spring will be fun here at Barry University. Flag football and lacrosse, as this is popped up in the right and put away for route number 2. Let's take a look at how Barry lines up for this game number 2. 3 of the series. Maya Tucker's out there, Sarah Schaefer, Harper Bunn. Runners going, and Marquise drops the ball, comes up hobbling, seems to be okay. So Bunn and Sarah Langley, Chandler Barry, Vivian Billiard, Mia Rodriguez, Sadie Hathaway, Cameron Marquise, and in the circle, Alexis Martin, who pitched last night. Up high from Martin. 1-1 to Joey Trewick. That's Zeckman over at second for the Spartans. In there, first strike from Martin, strike 2. Go, Joey. Fouled back. Swing and a miss. There's the strikeout from Martin. 1 stranded at second for Tampa. Bottom of the first. Maya Tucker leading off, bottom of the first. And just missing Joey Trawick coming out into center field, laid out of the dugout. Let's take a look at how Tampa is going to line up. Jenna New Paver, third, DP Aubrey Zeckman. Right field, Cam Feast. Center fielder, Joey Trawick. Catching is Kenna Kriedler. Shortstop, Hannah Yetter. First base is Olivia Feldman. Out on left, Abby Johns. And second, Lennox Ulrich. And it's still Gwen McGinnis in the circle, finishing off the last game and gets the start here. There's a bunt by Tucker. Fire to first and one away. Great job over there at third by New Paver. Because Tucker's got some speed.
The second baseman, number 20, Sarah.
And it brings in Sarah Schaefer. Swing and a miss. There's the bunt by Schaefer. Throw to first. Not in time. Schaefer continues just to be so tough to get thrown out on the bunt. Bringing up Harper Bunn.
The designated player, number 22, Harper Bunn.
Runners going, have to go back. Schaefer was stealing second. This is hit foul territory and no one's going to get to it. 0-2 count. And this is past the glove of McGinnis and 2 on for Barry. So Harper Bunn's going to get herself a hit. And we'll bring in Sarah Langley to the plate. We talked about the Buccaneers last game. Bases loaded 4 times. We're only able to capitalize once. A lot of base runners left on the base path. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Let's see if they can get that to work in this game. Up high. 1-1. Up high again, ball 2. Also debatable in the pitching strategy, leaving Rosenberger went for 215 pitches before a decision was made to take her out, and the Buccaneers had done the hard part, crawling back into the game. You would think maybe a fresh arm to keep the game close before Tampa opened the gap. It's a 3-1 count here to Langley. Bucks could load the bases. Hits this out in the left field and caught for route number 2. Unfortunate with the 3-1 count. He's going to bring in Chandler Berry, one out to work with.
The first baseman, number 12, Chandler Berry.
Right down the middle for the strike. Foul into the back netting. Count it for strike 2. Here's the pitch from McGinnis, up high. Throw to third. That gets by. Schaefer's going home. And Schaefer's going to score. And she's pumped up. Sarah Schaefer, smart base runner. She had a big lead. And McGinnis never really saw that. And she was off for third. Throws low to third, got by, and Schaefer, just like that, was able to score. There's the strikeout. So unlucky for Tampa to give up that run. It's 1-0 for the Bucks going to the second. Bucks take the lead. It's 1-0. We're entering the top of the second. See if the Spartans respond, starting with Kinder Kriedler. The Bucks' ace is in the circle, and Alexis Martin. That's in the middle for the strike. See Holly Steffes warming up in the bullpen for the Spartans. Popped up, and that's behind the grandstand for strike 2. Swing and a miss. That was on the floor. No, they're going to say strikeout. Home plate umpire says no, she's out. So one away.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 12, Hannah Yetter.
Brings up Hannah Yetter. Outside part of the plate for ball 1. Strike counted. Right back to Martin's glove. Throw the first. That's 2 away.
Now batting the first baseman, number 5, Olivia Feldman.
And that brings up Olivia Feldman with 2 outs. Buccaneers trying to go back to the bats quickly. Strike counted. Oof, that went off of the helmet of Maggie Boyd. Popped up. That's going to be foul into the parking lot. Up high. Ball 1. First ball on the count. Grounded to Marquise at short. Throw to first. Out. Close. 1, 2, 3 for the Bucks. Going back to the
Second for your Buccaneers, the left shooter, number 77, Shelby Rivas.
new pitcher in for Tampa. It's Holly Steffes. We talked about Gwen McGinnis. Last inning, she got her 400th career strikeout. With a round of applause from the Spartan fans here and from her team huddled up right after that inning. So Steffes in the circle facing Privat to start the home half of 2, where the Bucks have a 1-0 lead thanks to Sarah Schaefer and heads up base running. Up high. Popped up into right, put away for the first out. And that's going to bring up Sadie Hathaway.
Number 13, Sadie Happily.
Pitch low. Strike counted. A little low, but called strike 1-1. Right to the glove at third. Low throw, but caught for out number 2. It brings up Maggie Boyd. Strike. Boyd thought about it. Little blooper, it's foul territory. And dropped. Boyd stays alive, 0-2. Swing and a miss, a strikeout for Holly Steffes. 1-2-3, nothing going for the Buccaneers. Welcome back to Miami Shores at Buccaneers softball field. The last game of the season for the Buccaneers. Currently up on Tampa 1-0. They've lost the series already. Lost last night and lost the first game of the doubleheader today. And trying to finish the season on a strong note. So the last time they won a series was April 7th against Lynn, and an SSC series, should I say, and that will not change this weekend. Ball 2. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms celebrating this weekend. That was foul tip, so evens the count. Popped up. Schaefer into the glove for the first out. So not much hits going on. Bucks with 2, Spartans with 1.
Second baseman, number 17, Onyx Urich.
Here's Lennox Urick. And throughout the first two games of this series, really the game and the hits, they've come later in the game as Hathaway fires the first fantastic play for route number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 3, Jenna Newpaper.
And it's Jenna Newpaper back to the top of the order. 2 pitchers warming up in the Spartans bullpen. Low for ball 1 from Martin. Oof, that one over the head of Newpaper. That one out of control from Martin. And that's called a strike. 2-1. Hit out in the left. And Privat is under it. Another 1, 2, 3. Moving along quickly. Going to the bottom of the third. Cameron Marquise is going to get us going here at the bottom of the third. It's the bottom of the order for the Buccaneers. Faced ball 1 from Steffes. With a quick 1, 2, 3. In her first outing at the bottom of the second. Has 2-0 count. Favorable for Marquise. Strike counted low. Three, 1. Swing and a miss. Full count coming up. Maya Tucker on deck, followed by Sarah Schaefer, who has the game's lonesome run. Chopped over to first. Easy step on the bag for the first out. Maya Tucker 0 for 1. Looking for the first hit. Up high, gets by for ball 1. Similar spot for Steffes. She had it against Marquise and was able to get the out. Swing and a miss from Tucker. Gets by. 3-1 count again. Here's the last at bat was able to work it to a full count. Fouled away, and there it is, 3-2. Low, and Tucker decided to chase, fouled it back. Stays 3-2. Trying to get Tucker to chase on a low pitch. She did bite, but fouled it away. That's ball 4, so 1 out to walk. Tucker takes first. How much do we think that Schaefer is going to try to bunt here?
Number 20, Sarah Schaefer.
I have a very good feeling, high confidence in that. Let's see. Runner's going, throw to second. Out. Second out, so that does not work for Maya Tucker. And Schaefer left with just 1 out to work with. So I don't know about the bunt now, but we'll see. Strike counted. There's the bunt. It's another good one. Throw to first, not in time. Schaefer does it again. And it brings in Harper Bunn. Schaefer keeps it alive with the 2-out bunt. Low, but strike 1 called. Hit, falls into left field, and it'll be 2 on for the Buccaneers. Schaefer at second, bunt at first. Bringing in Sarah Langley. And you can hear from the Tampa dugout. They're saying watch her, and they're talking about Sarah Schaefer. With Sarah Langley coming to the plate. So both Schaefer and Bunn are 2 for 2 in this game. Everyone else still searching for their first hit. Outside and low. Strike counted. Smart play by Carly Salisbury. Walking that one halfway, be Schaefer again with that lead. Popped up, but it's foul. Not going to be playable. Strike two. Delivery popped up. It was a low pitch and caught in foul territory for the third out. Two stranded for the Bucks. It remains 1-0 going to the fourth.
Welcome back into inning number 4 here at Buccaneers softball field. Another Danny spawned into the broadcast.
I told him that you would be back after the third.
Danny Horowitz alongside Daniel Torres for the final game here in the 2026 softball season at Barry University.
And it's our final broadcast of 2020, well, spring 2026. Not our last broadcast of 2026, but of the 2025 and 2026 school year.
It's been another great season.
Absolutely.
Bucks currently sporting a 1-point lead here, 1-run lead here in the fourth. And this is swung on, and it'll reach outfield grass for a leadoff single. Aubrey Zeckman is going to reach after getting 3 hits in the first game of this doubleheader. That's her 4th of the day in total.
Yeah, she's had a fantastic weekend starting off the get-go last night and can get something going in play for the Spartans here. I mean, it's 1-0 in the fourth. The Buccaneers, they're going to need to find cushion if they want to fend off Tampa and just finish the year out strong.
They've gotten a good start from Alexis Martin so far to this point as this pitch is fouled off. We'll do it again.
Yeah, I think Martin, the strongest pitcher that the Bucks have in their bullpen.
Martin on the year, 4.77 ERA, leads the team, and also leads the team in innings pitched, 135 coming into this contest so far in this one, 3 innings, allowing just 2 hits, no earned runs, and fanning 2 batters. Got to deal with a runner on here at the moment. And tough matchup on the other end in Cam Feast, who had 2 hits in the first game of the doubleheader, but the transfer from Florida Gulf Coast has been wreaking havoc this season, hitting almost 400. 0-1 shows bunt high and in, and it's taken for a ball.
Yeah, 1-1 count. They'll be looking to move the runner to second into scoring position. That's the tying run.
Just under 40 pitches for Martin so far. This one's taken again.
I think she's been a little bit careful. I think she knows Cam Feast can definitely put the ball into play.
An RBI single for Cam Feast back in the first game of this doubleheader. She went 2 for 4 there. Leads this Spartans team in batting average, as this one's hit well towards left center, and it will reach the gap. Extra bases for Feast. The tying run is rounding third and will score. No play at the plate. And on cue, the RBI delivery.
Yeah, that's exactly why I told you. I mean, trying to avoid good places in the zone that would allow Cam Feast to hit the ball. And, well,
That was a good place in the zone, huh?
Yeah, right there. Hit the sweet spot. And it's going to tie the game up. I mean, Tampa's just that team. One swing of the bat, they can just tie things up and get on the board.
So RBI double for Cam Feast sets up Joey Trawick, who in the first game, Joey Trawick was the star of the show. 4 for 4 in her plate appearances, had a home run. And was a handful for this Buccaneers pitching staff. See how she fares here in game 2.
No outs on the board either, to mention.
Yep. Trawick's first plate appearance of this game wasn't as friendly, struck out. Runner goes as this one's fouled off.
She's got the speed as well, so you got to keep an eye on her at second.
Yeah, Cam Feast was halfway towards third base.
And they really want to take the lead here.
Pitch from Alexis Martin, 1-1. This one is bunted, and it will go foul. Almost perfect placement on the bunt, but out of play. It's a hot day here in Miami Shores. We've got half the fans watching from the baseball baseball bleachers past the outfield, trying to get some shade.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. It's brutally hot out here today.
1-2 from Martin, misses. Count runs even.
If we didn't have this game today, if we didn't have work, I'd definitely be either at the beach or poolside somewhere. Drink in hand.
Well, you'll have plenty of time moving forward for the beach and the pool.
I think it'll be right after this game. It's exactly what my plans are going to be.
Getting started early. Swing and a miss as Martin picks up this strikeout. And Joey Trawick, who was 4 for 4 in the first game of this doubleheader, has struck out twice.
Not out of the woods just yet. First out.
Now batting, the catcher, number 33, Carly Salisbury.
Carly Salisbury steps in. It was Kreidler starting at catcher for Tampa in the first game. Carly Salisbury gets the start behind the plate in game 2 and takes a look at ball 1.
Look at the lead that Feast had over there at second. She's way off of that bag.
Definitely don't want to allow her to third with 1 out. Would be less detrimental if it was a 2-out situation, but smoke down the line at third, but foul.
After that one steal attempt, Cam Feast didn't try it again.
Maggie Boyd unable to throw out any runners in the previous game. Tampa boasting a few steals. This one is hit towards the third base line. Sharp line out for the second out of the inning, and a productive out holds the runner at second.
Now let's see if the Buccaneers can hold it and keep Cam Feast at second.
And saying the ball might have hit the floor, which would put
Yeah, there's some confusion.
the runner on first as well. And
Yeah,
looks
she's
like
out.
she will be out.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Almost a break for Tampa. But it was speared low to the ground for the second out of the inning. A big-time play, as big-time swing there from Hannah Yetter. Martin trying to get through 4 innings. 1-run ball at the moment. As she approaches pitch number 50. Hit towards second base. The flip onto first is in time, and Martin gets through the inning, but Tampa knocks on 1, and the game is all tied up as we head to the bottom of the 4th. All tied up at 1 as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning. Tampa able to tie it up with an RBI double off the bat of Cam Feast. And now brand new ball game as it is Chandler Berry to get us started for the Bucks' turn.
All series long, it's been a cat and mouse game when it comes to the lead. No team really emphasizing a big lead, really, but it's been Tampa on this later half of games.
Yeah.
And it's been due to the Bucks pitching that we have talked about all season long.
The game earlier was really close until the 5th inning.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, those later innings belong to the Spartans. They were able to close the doors with the pitching and tack on a few runs. This one a little different with the Bucks striking first. As this pitch is low, almost in the dirt. And Berry gets ahead 3-0 here in the leadoff spot. Chandler Berry appeared in 21 games last year as a freshman, hit .304 in very limited plate appearances. This year, 5th on the team in average at .283, as that pitch is more competitive.
One count.
Swung on and fouled just off the tip of the bat. And count will run full on Chandler Berry. 36 hits on the season entering today's contest. This one's hit well towards left field, going back, and this one will leave the yard. Chandler Berry goes deep, and the Buccaneers will regain the lead in the bottom of the 4th.
One swing of the bat. I mean, Chandler Berry's done that a couple times this season. There was a part of this year where Chandler Berry had back-to-back walk-offs.
7th homer of the year, and now sole possession for first place on the team and home runs hit. Now 12 extra base hits on the year, and this one comes in a huge spot.
Not trying to be negative, but it's not going to be good enough to have the 1-run lead. You need to go for more here.
See if they can keep the foot on the gas, but that was certainly an energizer. As the left field wall didn't stand a chance, 200 deep to left. Construction workers might go home with a souvenir.
We'll get Chandler Berry to sign that for them after.
So now Shelby Pravat has the tough task of following data, but currently ahead 2-0 in the count. Takes a look at strike one. Holly Steffes nearing 40 pitches, the second Tampa pitcher to come into the game.
Yeah, there was 2 Tampa pitchers warming up last inning in their bullpen.
This one's hit way in the air towards straightaway center field, and Joey Trewick doesn't even have to move off her mark for inning out number 1 of the inning. That'll bring up the freshman, Sadie Highfelly. Drew a couple walks in the first game.
He's been inserted into the lineup second half of this weekend.
Hitting bottom of the order. Takes a pretty good swing at this one, and she'll get on base for her first hit of the day.
Now let's see if the Buccaneers finally getting a read on Holly Steffes and can break through.
Already the 4th hit allowed by Steffes to go along with 1 walk. So 5 base runners to reach against Steffes. And what you don't want to do is put trouble on the base path as the Bucks' top of the order approaches.
Or you don't want to round out to a double play here.
2 sides to every story.
That certainly is true.
1-0 count to Boyd. She shows bunt, got a piece of it. This one is in play and not able to be fielded at first. Heffley will go to third as got a rundown between first and second base. Now Heffley heading home. The throw is not going to be in time. And the out at third will be made, but the more important matter is the run scores for the Bucks on another commotion among the base paths.
You know, it's one of those things where you start to think, I'm telling you I'm going to go, and you still can't get me. It's becoming one of those things.
We saw it in the first game. Off of it was a fly ball and a tag up, and then the Bucks ran the same play.
And it's 3-1.
So 2 runs across is the Bucks' response here in the 4th inning, and after the game got tied up, they'll get back in front. This pitch is way up for ball 1. As Cameron Marquis sits in.
That missed everything.
Marquis, one of the 3 freshman starters in the Bucks lineup, had 2 hits in the first game today, 2 for 4. Staring at a 1-1 count. This one is outside for ball 2. Tampa hit over 400 as a team in the first game of the doubleheader. Bucks currently 6 for 15 for a 400 average. A late swing and a jam shot. Shallow outfield, and this one is caught for the final out of the inning, but a productive one. Spartans after surrendering the lead. Bucks were able to tack on 2 in the bottom of the 4th.
This is the first time, I believe, that they've led all weekend.
Tampa scoring double-digit runs in the first game, so like you said multiple times, the threat is still not yet averted.
Yeah, to avoid this threat from Tampa, you need to score at least 5, 6, 5 plus.
Alexis Martin tasked with holding the lead now. Currently working on a good outing, just over 50 pitches, 4 innings, and 1 run allowed. She misses the zone again. Count is 3-0 to Feldman.
Which I do put my trust in Alexis Martin as the ace of this team. But you don't want to avoid what happened last night, where it looked like she got a little bit of fatigue in the late inning, and it opened the game up. There's a walk there.
Yeah, leadoff walk for the Spartans, and leadoff walks are always trouble. Martin will talk with her catcher in the circle. Alexis Martin, team leader in ERA this season, went 12-3 last year. Had a 2.83 ERA, so like we were talking about earlier, kind of a bit of a dip in production compared to her sophomore season, but
Now batting, the left fielder, number 23.
still the best pitcher among this rotation. Pitches inside. Spartans show bunt, and they will move the runner over, but first out of the inning is made.
Beautiful bunt, does its job, moves the runner into scoring position.
Yep, Feldman will now lead off second base.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 17, Lennox Yorick.
Lennox Yorick, the tying run now at home plate. Martin deals. This pitch is high and in. As Maggie Boyd tries to hold Feldman to second. Bucks currently 11th as a team in team ERA in the SSC. Half swing. This one's grounded to second base, and step on the bag is made.
Yeah, I think Schaefer wanted to make sure about that one. She's like, you know what, I'm going to take it myself, don't worry.
That was probably the longest possible route for that out to be made, but he gets there in time. That's all that matters, and now there's 2 gone in the inning. Feldman advances to third base. And top of the order up for the Spartans, 3rd time today, Jenna Newpaver. Freshman is 0 for 2. You've got a couple lefties in the top of the order as they look to push in run number 2 of the game. Martin not able to get ahead in as many counts, though, here in this inning. Not as many first pitch strikes as we saw through the first few frames. This one's in there, though. Catches the inside corner of the zone for strike 1.
For Tampa, you at least want to bring in that runner from third and bring it back to a 1-run game. Even if you can't get 2 in this top half of the 5th.
A little up on that pitch, count 2-1.
Right? I just said I smelled weed.
2-1 pitch. This one is swung on, grounded softly to second. Throw is made in time. A couple of nice plays by Sarah Schaefer at second base to end the top of for a home run in the last inning, and then another came in on kind of a base running play by the Bucks. This pitch is taken outside for Maya Tucker for ball one.
Things turn sideways for Steffes here. Definitely think about switching to another arm if you're.
Now batting the right fielder, number 99, Sarah Langley.
Make sure you mention that.
Apologies for some technical difficulties, but we are back here as we resume action in the bottom of the fifth. 2 outs for the Bucks, up 3-1, and not sure if the cameras caught it, but moments ago Harper Bunn giving her honors as she walks off the field, getting pinch run for her final game in a Bucks uniform. One of the few seniors on this team, and she's able to go out with a bang. 2 hits today before exiting the ball game.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. 3 years here. I've been able to see Harper's 3 of her 4 years, and definitely has had a good 4 years here at Barry. Just congratulations to her and her family.
Definitely an impact player for this Bucks team, as they're going to draw another walk and put a couple runners aboard the ship. Going to get a visit to the mound, and that's going to be it for Holly Steffes. We'll get a pitching change and be back after the switch. Bucks up 3-1, bottom of the fifth. New pitcher up for Tampa, as the Bucks look to add on to the lead. Kelsey Winters, who we saw in the first game of this doubleheader, she's going to miss this pitch inside. Throw over to second. Might have been in time. It's not, but it was awfully close, and a lot closer than you'd like in that situation.
Yeah, I think she just got in just in time. Maybe worth a challenge, but it looked safe from my vantage point, but very close.
Chandler Berry currently up 3-0 in the count, and Kelsey Winters may be trying to avoid pitching to her after what she did to a softball in her last plate appearance. Sent one deep over the left field wall. Broke the tie.
Kelsey Winters struggled the last time she was put to pitch. She's behind 3-1. She walks here, bases will be loaded for the Buccaneers.
2.43 ERA on the season, as this one's hit well towards center field, but the catch is made. A nice play by Joey Trewick, able to track it by the wall. And the side is retired. Ultimately, a couple base runners stranded. The Bucks will take a 3-1 lead into the sixth. hitter for the Spartans, a career average of almost 500 in high school. Takes a look at strike one. Looking at some of her other high school accolades. Single season records with 60 stolen bases and a .650 on base percentage, and she's brought some of that success over to this Tampa program. A couple singles in today's game.
If Tampa's going to get anything going, it's going to be right here. And she does get it going, and it's going to make way for Cam Feast.
Zekman now 3 for 3. Her bat is scorching hot. And now the leadoff runner is aboard for the Spartans. Sounds like magic. You spoke it into existence.
I don't want to say it usually happens, but it doesn't always work that way, you know?
How about order a double play now?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a genie in a bottle. Gotta rub the lamp 3 times for that to happen.
Another tall task for Alexis Martin now with Cam Feast at the plate. Had an RBI double back in the 4th inning. That was Tampa's only run so far. And she sits in again with the runner on. Alexis Martin, a gem of a start so far to this point. And she's trying to hold and take care of the Bucks' 3-1 lead.
Even though it's top 6, still not out of the trenches. Would have one more. If Bucks can hold 3-1 lead, one more chance for Tampa at the top of the 7th.
Cam Feast reaches for this pitch outside the zone. Might have a chance to beat it out, and she does. An infield single for Cam Feast, as there was no play to be made by Alexis Martin.
She represents the tying run.
And now the leading run will be brought to the plate in form of Joey Treywick.
0 for 2 in this game, but that does not represent this weekend.
Yeah, 4 for 4 in earlier's game, like we mentioned before, and showed off the power with a home run. Shows bunt this time, lays one down. Throw to first is in time. Yes, first out will be made, but both runners advance into scoring position, and now a big-time threat coming from the Spartans.
Got one away, and now that tying run over at second. This is a big-time moment for the Bucks and the Spartans.
Carly Salisbury, the catcher, steps in a huge RBI spot. Salisbury came into today hitting .259. Takes a look at strike one. (16 RBIs on the year for Salisbury, looking for 17 and 18. And trying to tie this game up. Alexis Martin trying to get through 6 innings of work. 0-1 pitch is swung on and chopped foul down the third base line.
This would be a huge out if Alexis Martin and the Bucks can get it. Go, Carly. Well, stay through it.
Hannah Yetter on deck. 0 for 2 the sophomore is today. In fact, the whole bottom of the order for the Spartans is yet to get on base. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout is made. A big-time pitch from Alexis Martin to hold the runner at third. And now just 1 pitch away from getting through this inning.
And usually all weekend we haven't seen that. In those moments we've seen Tampa come up with the hits. And so that's changed here in Game 3 of the series.
Certainly feels like those high-leverage situations have belonged to the Spartans entirely. Martin picks up her 3rd K of the game and finds the zone again to get ahead of Hannah Yetter. All 5 of the Spartans' hits today come from Aubrey Zekman and Cam Feast. Yetter trying to change that as this pitch is taken high for ball 1.
Discipline's the key right now, and patience, finding a good pitch to hit anything to fall that Tampa does so well. Just to fall and get a hit.
Bucks looking for win number 25 of the season in the final game. Spartans looking for win number 34 as this pitch is fouled off. Spartans with postseason aspirations. Bucks not going to follow up the same success that they found from last year. Got a 1-2 count awaiting. Martin deals. The pitch is popped straight up, and the catch is made. What a job from Alexis Martin to work out of the jam, and she strands a pair to hold the Bucks 3-1 lead. Kelsey Winters, the junior, back out for her second inning of work, and she looks to hold on to the 3-1 lead that the Bucks boast. Barry trying to add some cushion before Tampa bats as they're down to their final 3 outs. And the bottom of the 6th is just moments away. Kelsey Winters spent her first 2 seasons at University of Iowa, redshirted as a freshman. Delivers ball 1. She appeared in only 2 games as a true freshman. One as a pitcher, one as a designated player, and then transferred over to the Spartans as a sophomore. And she's had a good year 3. Behind in the count 2-0, however. To Shelby Pravat, leadoff hitter in this inning. And down 3-0 now. Bucks looking to draw a leadoff walk.
It's been the story for Kelsey Winters, struggling to get ahead in counts and find that zone consistently, I might add.
And we're back once again. Technology not our friend today. But we're back just in time to